Good morning, Vail. Welcome into the Friday, March 8th edition. I'm your host, Ross Leonhardt. In this first hour, we're talking International Women's Day. We are talking Easter egg baskets with a master chocolatier. And in the second hour, we have Julio Garcia joining us and Ben Roof out in Vail Village. So a lot going on this Friday morning. Grab that cup of coffee, settle in, and Good Morning Vail starts right now.
Things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Welcome into the TVA Weather Center on this Friday morning, starting out with 28 degrees at 8 a.m. Pretty warm, a high of 37 today, but a 60% chance of snow out there. Cloudy afternoon snow expected this Friday. Around noon, we'll see temperatures warm up to 34 degrees. Snow showers definitely up top. Things coming back down to 32 degrees at 4 p.m. and 23 degrees at 8 p.m. Snow showers expected this afternoon. Be prepared for a little bit of snowfall in that I-70 corridor. Eagle expecting a 40% chance of snow with a high of 41. Avon, 50% chance with a high of 38. And Vail, a high of 37 and a 60% chance of snow. Even Denver's looking at some snow today after that big Nuggets win last night. 50% chance of snow on the Front Range today, Friday. Tonight, a low of 13. Temperatures definitely drop back down and a 20% chance of snow overnight with partly cloudy skies. Some slight winds coming in from the east. This weekend, sunny skies expected to return with the highs in the 40s on both Saturday and Sunday and the lows in the low teens on Saturday and Sunday. Before that next storm kind of starts rolling in next week on Wednesday. Partly cloudy skies Monday, partly cloudy skies expected on Tuesday, and a 60% chance of snow showers on Wednesday. So snow today on Friday, sun this weekend, and next week we're looking for that next storm to start rolling in. Beaver Creek snow report, no new snow to report in the last 24 hours, but 1 inch that fell 2 days ago, bringing the season total to 233 inches, and the base is still rocking and rolling at 72 inches right now. Beaver Creek operating 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. with all 25 lifts open and 166 trails. That's 100% of terrain open at Beaver Creek. Vail Mountain, 1 inch to report in the last 24 hours, 2 in the last 2 days. Season total 239 inches. Base depth 74 inches. Awesome to see Beaver Creek's season total hanging around with Vail's season total so far. Vail operating 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. right now with all 32 lifts open, including Blue Sky Basin and those back bowls with 278 trails and 100% of terrain open in Vail. Stay tuned. Good Morning Vail gets going next.
Well, we just walked outside of Eyepieces with two of their new exciting products that we're going to get to try out on the mountain here at Beaver Creek. Well, we're back on the chairlift, headed back up to the top of Beaver Creek, and we're going to focus on the Murak Wave Cell helmet from Anon. And this one's pretty interesting because one thing I noticed already is it has this cool boa right here in the back that'll allow you to adjust and loosen the helmet around your head. It just fits so well, but you can adjust it to make it fit even better. So that's one thing I've noticed that I like so far on this helmet. The other cool piece of this helmet is the Wave Cell technology it has. As you can kind of see through the ventilation, that green Wave Cell technology inside the helmet. And what it really does is it balances out the impact. So when you hit your head on the snow, it balances out the impact of where you hit your head. The Wave Cell behaves like a network of hundreds of interconnected shock absorbers connecting to your head and the outer shell of the helmet. Wave Cell helps distribute the impact energy through its network of cells and reduces impact forces like the crumple zone of a car perhaps, and then helps divert rotational forces by flexing and gliding. So we're gonna jump to the next product that we picked up from Eyepieces today, and it is these pink protective Anon M5 goggles that are super sweet. They come with the built-in face protection, and I've got this pink lens on today, so I should be seeing pretty well through this overcast weather that we've got out in front of us at Beaver Creek. But let's go try them out. So another cool feature about these M5 goggles from Anon is the built-in face technology like we talked about, but check this out. It's magnetic, so it just pops on and off super easily. You can snap it right back on, right in and out. All right, so if I had to rate both products right now, I'd give the M5s, you know, a soft 10 out of 10, and I would give the Merak helmet also, you know, probably a 10 out of 10, but that's just me. Make sure to go to Eyepieces and try these unique products out for yourself. Thanks for joining us, and I hope to see you on the mountain.
Good morning, Vail.
Join us on board the Leadville Railroad Winter Express. Stay cozy in our heated lounge cars. Marvel at the stunning winter landscape. Sip delicious hot chocolate. Don't forget to check out our new specials. Book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
Hi, it's Julio from TV8 Vail. Do you ever wonder why our tagline is "There's more for you on 92"? Because we're always bringing you more. More Good Morning Vail from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. all year long. More local coverage with Vail Vibes and Covered Bridge on TV8. More opportunities to participate with new roundtable panels on mountain perspectives and our new Spanish programming block coming this fall. Find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on YouTube, or our website at tv8vail.com.
For TV8 in Vail, I'm Avisha Scarborough at the Gerald R. Ford Amphitheater. We'll see you next time. Hi friends, welcome to a little behind the scenes. I'm Avisha Scarborough, and I'm so excited to be part of the team at TV8 in Vail. I love the outdoor lifestyle here, I love the arts and culture, and I love being part of this community. My show is called Vail Vibes with Avisha, where I tell you about all the amazing activities going on here in Vail and surrounding areas all year round.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. It's almost time to start filling those Easter baskets, and lucky for us, we have joining us Ann Chaya with Lindt Chocolates. Ann, thanks for joining us this morning. And you look amazing over there. As a master chocolatier, can we start with that? How do you become a master chocolatier?
Thank you. Yes, becoming a master chocolatier, I feel so lucky. I was living in Switzerland and working in Switzerland in kitchens, and that's where I first developed a real passion for chocolate. So I did a traditional apprenticeship as a pastry chef chocolatier and started working for Lindt there. And then when I came back to the States, yeah, it's been almost 20 years now.
That's amazing, amazing. If you've ever traveled through the Zurich airport, you might have seen Anne. I understand you worked there quite a bit with Lindt to get going.
Yes.
It's amazing to kind of hear your journey, but what's going on this Easter with Lindt and all the chocolate baskets that are coming out?
Oh, we have so much going on. We can talk about it. So we have a wonderful giveaway that we can talk about in a little while if you'd like to, or we can start talking about Gold Bunny.
Yes.
Do you like Gold Bunny as much as I do?
Yes, let's start with that kind of Gold Bunny tradition, right?
Yes, and it's a lovely story. There was a young girl, she was watching a real bunny in her back garden, and then, as bunnies do, it hopped away into the bushes, and she was so upset. And her dad was a master chocolatier, so he actually created Gold Bunny for her. So then every year, the tradition of searching for Gold Bunny in the garden began. And that was over 70 years ago.
That's amazing, amazing. And what are some of your tips to assembling kind of that perfect Easter egg basket this time of year?
Well, what I like to do is, I think there's no right or wrong as long as you do it with love. It's, of course, the centerpiece is the Gold Bunny. And then I like to add other small pieces of chocolate to give it some height and some interest. I also like to add like the eggs, the plastic eggs, and you can fill those with other treats. So a little stuffed animal too. Kids love that. Big kids and little kids. So there's really no right or wrong way as long as you just do it with love for the people that are going to enjoy it.
That's right. And I guess you kind of cater it to the person, right? You think about who you're making this one for.
Exactly.
And kind of cater it to that person. But with all these kind of ingredients that go into an Easter basket, what does a master chocolatier do with leftovers?
Do you ever have leftovers?
Around Easter, no.
No, but what I like to do, because Gold Bunny is, whoops, I just knocked a bag over. Because Gold Bunny is just tremendous chocolate, I like to bake with him, actually. So sorry, Gold Bunny, I will chop him up and I will put him in cookies or in pancakes or waffles, or you can melt Gold Bunny down and make delicious hot chocolate.
That's amazing, amazing. And that Gold Bunny, there's a giveaway associated with that Gold Bunny, right? Can you tell us a little bit about that giveaway and kind of where you are right now?
Yes, I am actually in Carlsbad, California. It's a beautiful seaside town. And now through the 12th of March, so at 11:59 p.m., you can visit us at lindtgoldbunnygetaway.com and you can enter to win this beautiful home over Easter weekend for a seaside escape.
That's amazing, amazing. Is Easter kind of your time to shine, Anne, or what other times of year is Lindt kind of the perfect pairing with holidays?
Well, I think, Lynn, 12 months a year, of course. But for Easter, yes, and holidays, or anytime you just need a special treat, just treat yourself to Lindt.
That's awesome. And I just want to ask a little bit more about you. I think it's fascinating how you got to where you are. What's kind of next for you as a master chocolatier? What do you kind of move on to from here?
Oh, gosh. Well, what I do for Lindt when I'm not out talking about Gold Bunny and Lindt chocolate, I actually create recipes at our factory in Stratham, New Hampshire. So I am the product developer there. So you've probably had some things that I've created, Ross.
I love that. Definitely, definitely. And can you tell us a little bit more about where people can go to find out about this Gold Bunny giveaway and maybe join you in Carlsbad?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's lindtgoldbunnygetaway.com.
Awesome. And anything else I should have asked you? Anything else people should know about Easter baskets and Lindt chocolate?
Just, treat yourself to the very best chocolate, Lindt chocolate. That's my recommendation.
I love it. I love it. And thanks so much for joining us this morning. And we're looking forward to Easter coming around the corner. And stay tuned for more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
Hi, it's Max from TVA Vail. We want to invite you all to the Wacky Winter Reading Program. It's open to all ages. All you have to do is read 10 books or 1,000 pages. For more information, go on our website, tvavail.com. And thank you to our sponsor, the Eagle Valley Library District.
Hello, I'm Shervin Rezai here with Chenna Garden in Avon, Colorado. My hobbies are obviously skiing. I've been skiing since I was 3 years old. In addition to that, music's always been my first passion, and you can see that alive and well at Chenna Garden with our little record nook, where we have over 300 records, and we'll continue to grow that collection and play vinyl records for you while you enjoy your cuisine. Chenna Garden is Avon's oldest running restaurant. We've been open since 1988 when my mother set up shop and wanted to begin offering Avon, Colorado the best quality Chinese food that we could get. And I started working in the restaurant when I was 8 years old as a dishwasher making $1 a day. And then one of the servers, pushed by my dad, told me I should ask for a raise, and then I got $5 a day, but then I had to put all $25 at the end of the week into a savings account, which actually helped me out in college. So after college, I went out to New York for law school, and I spent 15 years out in New York City practicing law and working in-house, which exposed me to a lot of restaurants all over the world, all over the country. And after getting exposure like that, I realized that we have this beautiful restaurant here that has so much potential. So in the fall of 2023, we came back, remodeled, and tried to get this back to give that special feel that I've known all my life here. We've been offering a lot of new cuisines, including German cuisine with our good family friend Gunther Schmidt, who's been serving up authentic German cuisine in the Valley for many, many decades. Why not? This is America. We can serve German food in a Chinese restaurant, and we just let it try. And after a year of it, it's been building up some success, and we're just having a lot of fun just seeing the look of bewilderment on every customer when they're like, how am I getting German food in a Chinese restaurant that's this good at this quality? Chenna Garden is really all about that community, and that first starts with the local community. We always try to take care of all of us who are working hard, grinding it, so that we can also enjoy what this valley has to offer. And through that, we get a nice mix of word of mouth, tourists who come in. We're looking for something a little more authentic and that has a history with the valley. I'm a proud member of the Avon Vail Valley community, lifelong member as I was born here, and I hope you come out and see us here at Chenna Garden. We're open every day, 4 to 9, any day the mountain's open. Cheers.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Up next, we're hopping back in the kitchen. Kim and I made an awesome stir fry. Let's check it out.
Ross and I got into the kitchen and we made a delicious stir fry sauce, and now I'm going to show you how to apply it with the simple, fresh from the frozen food section, shrimp stir fry. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, every stir fry is good with rice, and that's a great base. I love the Jasmine minute rice. This is so easy. You do about 2 cups of water, or 1 cup of water to 1 cup of rice. So we have 2 cups of water boiling right now. We're going to make about 2 cups of rice. It's so simple. We've already got the water boiling. So you're just going to pour that in. You're going to measure in about 2 cups of that wonderful Jasmine rice. And it only takes about 5 minutes to cook, which is really the great part when you're using this minute rice. So we got about 2 cups added in now. The water has been boiling. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a quick little stir. And then I'm going to cover it and remove it from the heat. And we're just going to let it sit for 5 minutes by itself, which is really great. So once that's done, we've removed it from the heat. Our rice is ready to rock. Now I've got a hot pan here that we're going to actually pre-cook the shrimp. We're going to put it in there, and then we're going to add the vegetables, the stir fry, and the shrimp, and let it all mix together. Now, one of my favorite things, I've got a bag of frozen, deveined, and tail off shrimp. Now, if you knew you were making this meal ahead of time, you can pull the shrimp out of the freezer, put it in cold water, and let it sit for 10 hours overnight in the cold water, and that will de-thaw it. Or if you don't have time for that, which, we like to do things quick and easy around here, I pulled it out. I actually ran it under cold water in a colander for about 5 minutes just so that it defrosts. But there are other fun ways to do it too. You can boil it in the water really quickly and then flash run it under cold water. But we're going to go ahead and get started. So my pan is hot. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of a mild flavored oil. So, I think you can use vegetable oil. I try not to. Olive oil to me is just as good. We're going to go ahead and pour our oil in here. Our pan is nice and hot. I've got it right about that medium to medium low just to get a nice simmer. And we're going to add in the shrimp as we need to. So I'm not going to do all of it just because, we don't need to have a huge plate of shrimp here. But we're just going to make sure that it all fits into our skillet so that we can have a shrimp stir fry. Now, who doesn't love a shrimp stir fry? I know I'm a big fan of stir fry in general, but if you don't like shrimp or you have an allergy to seafood, you can do tofu, you can do chicken, but we're going with shrimp here because to me, shrimp stir fry is classic. So we've got it in here. It's nice and thawed, and we're just going to lightly color it. You want to make sure that the shrimp is cooked until it's until it's pink and opaque. You want to make sure that it is fully cooked. We've got it going. I'll turn up the heat a little bit here. You can season your shrimp, but really you don't need to because it's going to be seasoned with the stir fry sauce. And our stir fry sauce is very simple. We made it with cornstarch. That's a key element. You've got your sugar. You've got your rice. You've got your ginger powder. You can do grated ginger if you want to. We have soy sauce, rice vinegar, sesame oil, all of the different things that are quintessentially Asian flavors, so it's going to be delicious. But as our shrimp is frying up, it's looking great. We're just going to make sure that it is completely cooked mostly. You can be about 85% done because then once you toss everything else in, it'll rock and roll here. So you can hear it sizzling. You can smell the seafood. I love the smell of shrimp cooking, and we can even add a little bit of extra seasoning to it if you want to. Sometimes I'll do a little salt and pepper. So we're going to go ahead and add the garlic powder. Why not, right? I think that's just going to be the simplest way. We don't need to worry too much about everything else. It's looking great here. I like to make sure that it's turning pink, as you can see. You can see it sizzling. So I put about a tablespoon of olive oil into the pan. You don't want too much because you don't want the oil flying all over the place, but you want just enough so that it crisps up just a little bit. All right, we're going to flip these over. They're looking nice and pink on some sides, looking great. And then, this is the best part. You can literally just get whatever frozen vegetable that you want to. I like to get the Asian medley because it comes with the baby corn, the snap peas, which I love a snap pea in my stir fry. Or you can just get whatever you want to. You can get frozen peas and carrots. Sometimes you can get the water chestnuts. Those are also a really fun one to throw in there. Broccoli, baby broccoli, whatever it is that works for you. And it just smells so flavorful in this kitchen. I wish you could smell it. I smell the garlic salt that we use, so that gives the shrimp a little bit more flavor. You can see that it's cooking up nicely. Now it's going from like a gray, almost translucent, and turning into this nice pink opaque shrimp. And that will really make it delicious. It does not have to be crusted over. You can make it that way, but we just want to make sure that it's fully cooked before we throw in the vegetables. And this is such a easy weeknight meal. You can just keep that frozen shrimp in your freezer, and then you've got your frozen vegetables. If you don't feel like cooking, you can just make this quick and easy stir fry recipe, and it's really quite great. It's great leftover. Sometimes leftovers are not the best from those weeknight meals, but this is one that you can heat up and you keep going as long as you want to. So we're just going to flip these shrimp over here. They're looking great, and then getting ready to add in our vegetables and the stir fry sauce that we've got going on. Now with this rice, you want to keep it covered for about 5 minutes, and then once you're done with it, you're going to just take a fork and fluff it up. And that is how easy it is to make this jasmine rice. I prefer jasmine rice for almost everything that I make. I think it's got a really nice, unique flavor to it. It's got a great consistency. They're longer and bigger grains of rice. All right, these shrimp are looking good. We're almost done with these in the pan, and then we're just going to toss in our vegetables and then toss everything in together with the sauce. So we'll let the veggies cook a little bit before we put the sauce and the shrimp back in. Looks good to me. Nice and sizzling. You can feel it, and if you need to turn that heat up a little bit more, you can. It really just depends on how crispy you want your shrimp when you're making this recipe. Looks great. So I'm going to go ahead and remove my shrimp from the pan. Looking good here, and I have a plate to the side that I'm just going to put it on, and then we're going to go ahead and add in those veggies. There we go. Now there's still a little bit of the oil left, but if you need to add a little bit more, you can just dump a little bit in there. There we go, looking great. And the fun part, the vegetables. Now, if you really want to make it easy, you can steam these and just toss everything at once. I like to go ahead and get it cooking in the pan. And this is the fun part, getting it nice and open. There we go. So we've got baby corn, we've got broccoli, we've got snap peas, and man, this looks delicious. So all you have to do is take that frozen veggies, cook them down a little bit, and then we'll add in the shrimp, we'll add in the stir fry, we'll get things rocking and rolling, and it's that simple. Now, while these are starting to cook down, I'm going to go ahead and check on my rice. I think we've been letting it sit here for about 5 minutes. And I'll take a fresh fork because we used this one already to kind of help cook the shrimp down. It's looking great. You can see the steam. You can just kind of fluff it up a little bit, just like that. And there it is. You can smell it. I can smell the jasmine rice. Looks great. It's going to be nice and easy to put this stir fry on over it. All right. Our veggies are sizzling down. Looking great. Now, as you can see, the broccoli might take a little bit longer to cook, but those carrots, those snap peas, and the baby corn should be cooking pretty quickly here. And then this is the fun part. While these are cooking in here, we're just going to let it simmer a little bit longer. Now, if you wanted to also soften it up a bit, you can just take a lid, put a little bit more water on top of this, and let it cook down. But we're going to go ahead and just let it kind of simmer. But we have our homemade stir-fry sauce right here, which is great. So this is a fun one. You can throw it in a jar. It should last about a week in the fridge, but it's got the rice vinegar, it's got the sesame oil, the sugar, the soy sauce. You can smell all of those flavors combined, ginger, garlic. It's quite delicious. So we are stirring it up, and then it's really up to you how much you want to put in here. I think it looks pretty good to me. And now, the more cornstarch you put in it while it cooks over the heat, it'll actually thicken up. So we're going to add in our shrimp now. Looking great. And then I think I'm going to do probably about 3 tablespoons worth of the sauce as we put it in here. And then again, it's really up to you to taste what you want to do with it. I'm doing 4, why not? Let's add it in. And then the longer it cooks on the heat, because of the cornstarch, it will actually thicken up, which will be really great. Yeah, so as you can see, it's looking great. We'll turn the heat up a little bit more just to let everything sizzle, taste good, and keep it going. I can smell all of the aromas from the garlic, from the ginger, from the soy sauce. Looks fantastic. And that is as easy as it gets to make a simple shrimp stir fry. We've got our jasmine rice looking good, nice and steamed. We just put it over heat for 5 minutes. And then we're just going to let this all cook together, let the soy sauce and the stir fry sauce thicken up, plus the shrimp will give everything a little bit more flavor. And that is it. That is your simple weeknight meal. So if you want more recipes or want to know all of these ingredients, we'll be happy to share it. Follow us on Facebook or tag us, and we'll share the ingredients with you.
Good morning, Vail.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
TV8 te brinda la mejor programación en español todos los días. Sintoniza Conexión Latina los lunes, miércoles y viernes a las 7 de la tarde con repeticiones los fines de semana. Además, te presentamos nuestro nuevo programa Sabores y Creaciones, donde hemos juntado tus recetas y manualidades favoritas en un solo lugar los martes y jueves a las 7 de la tarde. Y por último, disfruta de Daily Flash Latino, con noticias y entretenimiento en tendencia los sábados a las 7 de la tarde. Te esperamos por el canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página de Facebook TV8 Conexión Latina, nuestro canal de YouTube TV8 Vail Good Morning Vail o nuestra página web tv8vail.com.
Well, Archer and I are going to get headed on further down the trail, but I hope you'll catch up with us a little bit later. Hi, I'm Ben Roof, and I'm one of the new hosts here at TV8. I'm so excited to share all of my explorations throughout the Vail Valley with my dog Archer, where we'll be taking you to hiking trails, biking trails, maybe we'll go rafting, fishing, or whatever else we can come up with. I'm so excited to share all of that with you in my new segment, Outdoor Adventures. Don't forget to catch up with us every day right here at TV8 Vail or at tv8vail.com because there's always more for you on 92.
Do you have an interesting hobby or skill you'd like to share for Vail Valley? We want to hear from you. We're looking for people to share their musical, artistic, culinary, woodworking, athletic, or technical talents on Good Morning Vail. If you'd like to share your talents with the community, email Danielle at tv8vail.com. Join the community conversation. There's more for you on 92.
Join us on board the Leadville Railroad Winter Express. Stay cozy in our heated lounge cars. Marvel at the stunning winter landscape. Sip delicious hot chocolate. Don't forget to check out our new specials. Book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the TVA Weather Center. I'm your host, Ross Leonhardt. On this Friday morning, it's mostly cloudy to start the day. 28 degrees at 8 a.m. Things will heat up to a high of 37 today. A 60% chance of snow, mostly looking at the afternoon for that snow to start falling. Some slight winds, 5 to 10 miles an hour coming from the west-northwest today. 28 degrees to start the day at 8 a.m. Cloudy skies before the snow showers start rolling in around noon, with the temperatures heating up to 34 and then back down to 32 at 4 p.m. and all the way down to 23 degrees at 8 p.m. and mostly cloudy skies tonight. Looking for some snow this afternoon in Eagle as well, a 40% chance with a high of 41. Avon, a 50% chance of snow with a high of 38. Vail, a 60% chance of snow with a high of 37. And even Denver's looking at some snow today, a 50% chance with a high of 36 on the Front Range. Tonight, a low of 13 degrees and a 20% chance of snow with partly cloudy skies. Some slight winds coming in from the east tonight. Nothing too crazy. And into the weekend, we can expect some sunny skies to start rolling in after this storm. A high of 40 degrees on Saturday, a high of 45 degrees on Sunday. The lows are pretty low. Should help keep that snow that falls today around this weekend. Monday, partly cloudy skies roll back in for Monday and Tuesday. Before Wednesday, we have a 60% chance of snow showers. So snow expected on Friday before the sun comes out. And then next week, we'll be eyeing up that next storm. Up next on Good Morning Vail, we're going to check in with Avija, who stopped at Perch to talk fashion.
Hi, welcome to Perch. I'm Tamar Biorgadze, and I will be your stylist today. It's about you to be happy. Like, oh, I just got this little thing yesterday, and guess what? I'm gonna walk out tomorrow in a job and wearing that outfit. That's what makes my job satisfied. When I know that Jennifer, somewhere in New York, who is my client, walks out the door tomorrow and has the outfit I put together, it is absolutely satisfying for me to know that that girl that day will feel happy because she's put together. And it's all about inside, nothing to do with any of the terrible things you sometimes hear in Instagram, nothing to do with perfection or the perfect body or all of the crazy stuff. It's just simply feel so happy fill your soul with the beautiful experiences daily. And one of them is maybe get a little personal styling.
And personal styling is Tamar's specialty.
Good outfits that fits them closet, what they need, not that what I want to sell. Again, very thin line between sales and being a personal stylist. Very thin line. And I don't just sell. I wanted to develop for them a closet personalized for them. My goal is to discover that lady, that woman first, and then start shopping for them.
She says the seeds of fashion were planted during her childhood.
My grandmother, back in the day in the Soviet Union, was a seamstress. And I was her little assistant. So anything with sizing or clothing or sewing or bra sizing or any blazer or anything, she used to do hundreds of seamstress jobs in a daily basis. Back in the day, it was paid nothing, but I was so fortunate to see how my grandma, who was her 70s, just look at somebody on a mirror coming from a street and she would go, oh, she's size 4. We need her pants this size. This is it. She's going to walk in. She's going to say this, that, and that. We are ready. Let's go. Let's do it. And I just admire that everything she would have said, what she saw, who was going to knock on our door, it would turn out to be a truth.
Tamar says when it comes to fashion advice, she has 3 basic tips. Layer up.
Because when you go out in a Vail, like a concert or lighting or whatever you are seeing, a show, you need to be prepared to be fashionable, but also don't get cold.
Don't worry too much about trends.
We get stuck on the idea, I have to be trendy. Oh my gosh, comments like this. I just saw this online or Instagram, which we know can be very influenced. I always say, and I will repeat this forever, style is something comes from you. We can moderate all your trends based on who you are. We don't have to be 100 to 100% what's coming Instagram tomorrow. Like, it's all good and well, but there is some classics, there is some basics, there is some things also, checkpoints, what suits you.
Invest in pieces that will last.
It is tough because a lot of people are convinced and make up mind. Oh, easy fashion. I'm just gonna do this or do Amazon. It will be 2 days delivery, whatever. But end of the day, again, you spend your money something, it's not gonna last you long. It will create quick satisfaction, but then you're gonna end up having the items are not really quality.
Makes sense to me. So I decided to use her personal styling services for myself. Here are the outfits she chose for me. And these pants are Tamar's favorite fashion statement of the moment.
Wide leg for me are game changer. Most amazing wide leg. Now you want to go wide, you go wide.
They're comfortable.
They're very comfortable. They're very chic, very slimming, as crazy as it sounds for people who does not like wide leg.
Even the UPS guy chimed in.
Like my outfit?
I think you look lovely. Vital.
Thank you. Matches perfectly.
Tamar says come on by Perch and she'll be happy to help you express your own style, no matter what your budget is.
As far as the Perch goes and as far as I go, I will make sure no matter what budget you have for shopping, it will be succeed for you. Like I devote myself, no matter what kind of scale budget you shopping, doesn't matter for me. I will make it happen.
Good morning, Vail.
It's the fastest half hour in television. Toyota's Race Week takes you inside the high-speed world of NASCAR. Go behind the scenes for a look into the high adrenaline world of motorsports and hear from your favorite drivers as they discuss the drive to a championship. If you love NASCAR, you won't want to miss Toyota's Race Week.
America was built on a love for the outdoors. We are a nation of sportsmen, blessed with magnificent natural resources. With broad interests across water and field, we are united in our devotion to nature and conservation. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
Join us on board the Leadville Railroad Winter Express. Stay cozy in our heated lounge cars. Marvel at the stunning winter landscape. Sip delicious hot chocolate. Don't forget to check out our new specials. Book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the Immersion Theater.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
Welcome to the Vibe Report with Avisha. This is where I tell you all about the exciting happenings around town. This Saturday and Sunday, there will be live music at Gambit Bar, Shakedown Bar, Park Hyatt Beaver Creek, the Weston Riverfront, and the Revel Lounge at the Hythe. Chasing Rabbits will have Cowboy Up, a country glam night, Saturday featuring drinks by 10th Mountain Whiskey and a country music DJ. Friday morning, there's Sunrise Skin at 6:45 at the Gravity House. Info on how to register is at gravityhouse.com/event. There will be a free guided snowshoe tour on Saturday at Nature Discovery Center on Vail Mountain. Visit walkingmountains.org for more info. This Saturday, the Alpine Art Center is having Sip and Stencil Ceramics, where you can decorate pottery using stencils. Registration info is at alpineartcenter.org. A New Moon Healer Circle will take place Saturday evening at the Energy Center in Avon with healer Dana Teresa. Check out danateresa.com for more info. And Vail Valley Wellness will be having a donation-based yoga retreat all weekend called An Undefended Heart. You can get more info at yogavail.com. Sunday, there will be a town hall meeting with Eagle County's legislators, Senator Dylan Roberts and Representative Megan Lukens at the Avon Library at 3:30. That's it for this weekend's Vibe Report, friends. Be sure to follow the Vail Vibes TV8 Instagram for more info, and as always, spread the good vibes.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. It is International Women's Day, where we celebrate the accomplishments of women across the globe. Up next, we're checking in with an accomplished woman herself, Maddie Evans, who spoke with an author about a powerful book that's available now.
Are you looking for a great book to read, and have you been struggling maybe in your career choice? Well, then there is one out there on the market called Suits and Skirts, Game On, The Battle of Corporate Power. And we've got the author joining me first thing this morning, Teresa Freeburn. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, it's so good to be here. Thank you, Madeline.
I really love everything about your book. Unfortunately, I did not have time to go through every single chapter, but I did skim each chapter, especially because there's such good names in there, like the one that's like, "Stop, you're stepping on my skirt." And so let's talk about what inspired you to write this book.
Oh, absolutely. And I guess the other part too is it's not just about the book, but it's about who I directed it to. So, I've directed the book specifically to men. And I think that the whole reason that came out is because no one else seems to have done it, okay, for starters. But, I don't think it's any secret here. Women have been seeking power for decades, but to no avail. And my thesis is that men are actually the ones holding and keeping women back from attaining powerful C-suite and board positions. And the bottom line is what's really important here, because it's to the detriment of the corporate bottom line. And of course, the reasons vary, but the results don't. I think you just have to do the math, and women are still very highly underrepresented in leadership roles. And in the book, I'm actually speaking directly to the men that are blocking women's corporate advancement. So it's kind of this no hold barred discussion, and it will no doubt ruffle some feathers out there.
And you wrote this book, I would imagine, from some of your personal experience and what you had been through in the corporate world.
Yes, I did. I have worked for decades in the financial services industry, which is a pretty male-dominated industry to start with. So, yes, I bring all of those learnings over the many decades and try and get them into some concise matter here. And I guess what fuels me on this, too, is, I keep hearing, you read the newspaper clippings and they talk about, all the progress that women have made in senior management and advancement in leadership. But I guess at the end of the day, if you call an increase in the Fortune 500 of 40 female CEOs over the course of 50 years a success, then I think we all need to question those math skills. One female CEO in 1972 and now 44 in 2022, 50 years. I don't think that's an improvement. And I think it's ridiculous and it's pathetic and it's shameful. So, I think what happens, we sort of get complacent when we hear the news. We hear about all the progress. We isolate one woman that got a promotion and we talk about that. But at the end of the day, I don't know, I feel that a goal like 50-50 would be a good way to set out a goal. And if you think of the population and the education that women now have and the history and experience that they have, it's like it's time for them to take their rightful place here. And I think the world will be very different if that can happen.
I love this so much. I'm one of 6 children and I have 4 brothers. And so even in my small household, I feel like it's a fight for power just amongst those little things. And so to take that to an industry much larger, let's take it to the big, huge corporate world, women do have to fight harder. And this is something I've recently noticed. I feel like the strategy that is used is they pit women against each other.
Oh, yeah, it's always easy to do that, right? It's like women are the blame for the reason why we can't be advanced corporately. I think it's about, there's some sabotaging going on out there, I believe, and that, corporations, which are primarily led by men, they seem to be a bit oblivious to it. They're indifferent, or worse, they're overtly obstructive to matters relating to the advancement of women. So if you really think about it, though, the major roadblock is men's lack of advocacy for women. And there's all sorts of reasons for that. But I think that there's still some pretty old-fashioned views out there. I think there's a lot of leaders that still consider that old, work family narrative to be a big problem still. Here's the reality. Women can have children and still be great at our jobs. Okay. I know it's a shocker, but, all these questions about maternity leave and, the motherhood penalty it is real. And these things are huge roadblocks for women to get ahead. And then, of course, you start talking about things like, what about the networks? We always say, oh, well, women, get involved with your networks. That's going to really help advance you in leadership. Here's the problem. Women's networks aren't working. Men's networks work really well because guess who they've got in those networks? All the men that are in those very powerful positions. We don't have as many in the women's networks. And I guarantee you, no man wants to join a women's network because there's no power there. Why would they? Where's the advancement going to come from? So,
uh-oh, I think we have maybe lost a little bit of connection, and I feel like all of these points that you are making are so fantastic, and this book is just so inspiring, not only for women to read it, but for men to read it. So let's go back to where we just left off with you talking about these groups and these networking groups.
Yes, my view there is that women's networks just aren't working. Men's networks work really well. And that's because there's a lot of powerful people in the men's network. So if you think about it, would you think a man would want to join a woman's network? Not a chance. There's no one there that they're going to gain more power from, learn from, follow the footsteps of. That just doesn't work that way. So we're at a disadvantage right there. And the boys clubs are pretty entrenched in corporations today. Just the idea that, men don't think anything of, going for a drink after work. What are women doing? We're rushing home to our families to get dinner on and get kids looked after and homework done and baths done.
Oh no, I think that we've lost your connection again, but all of this information is so powerful, and these are pieces and tidbits that people can get from your book so people can have this understanding. I feel like it's so powerful when women write books, sharing their experience, that way people can live through their eyes a little bit. And so this is a way for everyone to live through your eyes about what you went through in corporate America.
Thank you. Yes, it is. And I hope that folks get the same sort of takeaway that I did, and that is to imagine a world and what it would look like if women held a proportionate share of leadership roles, that is in the C-suite and at the board table. Think of what those agendas and those discussions and strategies and results will be. So that's what I leave your viewers with.
Well, I have another question for you. As you were writing the book, what steps did you learn along the way? Because obviously there's a lot that went into this book, a lot of personal experience, but you want more than just that. So what other resources did you use as you were writing the book?
Well, I did some primary research as well. I went out and did some online research with about 260 participants because I thought I want to have something to ground the book, make sure that it's not just Teresa's opinions here. And it was great because it really did sort of ground my thinking and my thesis here. So that was very helpful. But of course, I have so many stories. And as I start to talk to people in powerful positions and they start to tell me their stories, again, it just validates where I was coming from to start with. I think this is something we just don't talk about too much or not enough as to the reasons why women are sitting at that very stagnated level. To say that 25% of board positions are now filled by women, why? Why isn't it 50? I'm shocked by that. But to hear all of the reasons why, well, thank you, Teresa. You'd make a really good board member. However, we just don't have any openings at this time. Well, then make the damn openings. That's kind of how I feel. So I think that the more I talk to people out there, the more I want to go and buy, sort of write that next book because there's so much more to say. So.
There's a lot to say, and there's a lot to learn from your books. Now, as it's going out into the world and people can get their hands on it, how do you think this could change experiences for women across the country?
Well, it's a good question you're asking because although I wrote it for men, that's really who it's directed at. I've talked to some of my mentees. I have a few women that are that like to chat with me on a regular basis, which is fantastic. I love doing that. And they just said, no, Teresa, it's great that you've written it to direct at men, but as a young woman, I needed a playbook and I just got one. And I think that that's just a very telling situation because I think that they honestly don't know about, what they should say when they're in positions that I've described in the book and how to react and sort of how to keep their cool, but yet get their point across. So, yeah, I think that was just a really great observation.
I think it's so powerful what you're doing only because you are becoming an activist for women all over, and whether it's at that C-suite and board level or whether it's at a lower position, like I was telling you, I worked in that marketing firm for a little while and it was hard work. I was fighting tooth and nail to constantly have my ideas be heard, but if the same idea was proposed by someone else, then it was immediately like, that was a great idea. And I was like, this makes no sense to me. Like I said that a week ago with a full pitch deck too.
And it's funny because I've had that exact same experience I've talked about in the book. And not once, not twice, several times where I had such a great idea. And then I realized, why is this now such a great idea? It wasn't an idea like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, but now it is. So, and it was because a man in a more senior position in a leadership role actually made the position known to everyone, and everyone, oh, that's a great idea, but they weren't listening to me. So I feel sometimes that I'm a little, and this has gone back for decades, that I'm kind of invisible, even though you're sitting at an executive table, that your view just isn't as respected and considered as much as other men in the room. So it's real. The struggle is real.
It's so real. Now, if people would like to read your book, obviously it's directed towards men, but I do think it's a great playbook for women to get their hands on and maybe just give them those little tidbits of advice on how to talk to someone, how to stand up for themselves, learning from your experiences and all of the other research you've done. Where can they buy your book?
Right now, it's available on Amazon, so please go ahead and order that. Just look it up under Suits and Skirts, Game On, Freeborn, and you will get that. It's on pre-order until next week, and it gets released, so it'll be in your hands very shortly. It's also available on other booksellers like Barnes & Noble as well, so help yourself, and it's in Kindle, softcover, and hardcover.
Teresa, thank you so much for giving us all this great information. Thank you for being the voice that women everywhere in corporate America need. We all really appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Madeline. It's been my pleasure to chat with you. We'll talk soon.
Make sure that you go online, you pre-order her book while you can. If not, then wait until it's released, but get your hands on it just because it's a great guide and really a great lesson for everyone to learn. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show.
Good morning, Vail.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the immersion theater.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you.
When people think of world-class destinations, they're drawn to a place that provides opportunities for fine dining, shopping, superior lodging, exciting events, and unparalleled outdoor activities. Park City, Utah, and Vail, Colorado are renowned destinations for travelers and extraordinary homes for residents. Feature your exceptional products and services in these 2 luxury communities. Advertise with Park City Television and TV8 Vail. Contact us today.
Do you love the outdoor lifestyle? Make sure you tune in every day at 8 p.m. to catch Scoreboard Nation. It's an outdoor lifestyle show dedicated to your 3 favorite mountain towns, Vail, Beaver Creek, Park City, and Reno, Tahoe. Join us for an incredible venture. Find us on TV8 Vail, Park City Television, or at thescoreboardnation.com. We can't wait to see you there.
You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. It is Friday, March 7th. I'm Julio Garcia, and I'll be joining you on the second hour of the show where we continue to celebrate International Women's Day. So coming up on the second hour, we'll take a look at Kim's interview with the incredible sisters of Chemo Queens. We have Ben over in Vail Village speaking to our friends at Eyepieces of Vail, as well as Kate from Can Do MS and Tegan from the Eagle Valley Library District joining us on the couch. So if you're just joining us this morning, sit back and relax as we start the second hour of Good Morning Vail.
Things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
We are out here in the beautiful Vail Village, and we've got some clouds moving through right now and a little bit of snow flurries, but let's take a quick look at today's weather forecast. Starting off this morning, we're seeing it partly cloudy with that high of... We are looking at that high today of 37 degrees with a low that's starting off this morning around 28 degrees with a 60% chance of snow throughout the day. As we take a look at that hourly forecast there, we are seeing around 8 a.m. this morning, 28 degrees and cloudy. At noon, 34 degrees. At 4 p.m., 32 degrees. And then as things start to get a little bit cooler this evening, we're seeing it to be about 23 degrees around 8 p.m. As we take a look down there at the I-70 corridor, the roads are nice and dry right now, but that might not last for very long. As we are looking down in Denver at a 50% chance of snow and a high of 36. In Vail, we've got that 60% chance with a high of 37. Avon, 50% chance with a high of 38. And Eagle, a 40% chance with a high of 41. As we take a look at that overnight forecast tonight, we're seeing it partly cloudy with a low of 13 degrees and a 20% chance of snow. Winds from the east at 5 to 10 miles an hour. As we take a look at the rest of the week here, we are seeing Saturday sunny skies with a high of 40 degrees. Sunday is also sunny with a high of 45, and then on Monday we've got a 20% chance of snow, partly cloudy with a high of 46, and on Tuesday that 20% chance, partly cloudy with a high of 45, and on Wednesday we've got a 60% chance of snow showers with a high of 39 degrees. And then as we're looking over there at the mountain, on Vail Mountain, they're reporting 1 inch of snow in the last 24 hours, 2 inches in the last 48, with a season total of 239 inches for the season and a 74-inch base depth there. Lift hours are running from 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. And then as we take a look over at what's open there on Vail Mountain, we are seeing 100% of Vail's terrain open with 32 lifts running and 278 trails. Over at Beaver Creek now, we are seeing no new snow reported overnight with 1 inch of snow in the last 48 hours and 233 inches on the season with 72 inches there at the base depth. And lifts over there at Beaver Creek are running from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. And now, taking a look there at how many runs are open at Beaver Creek, we've got 25 lifts running, 166 trails open, and 100% of Beaver Creek's terrain. It's going to be a gorgeous day out there with snow moving in a little bit towards the afternoon. So, you guys grab a cup of coffee there, and we'll be right back with more show right after this break.
Good morning, Vail.
Hi, it's Max from TVA Vail. We want to invite you all to the Wacky Winter Reading Program. It's open to all ages. All you have to do is read 10 books or 1,000 pages. For more information, go on our website, tvavail.com. And thank you to our sponsor, the Eagle Valley Library District.
Think Big features top kid inventors who face off against each other to see who can come up with the most innovative and creative invention. In Think Big, kids acquire and showcase their skills in creativity, science, marketing, design, and don't forget, teamwork. Check your local listings and watch the world's most innovative kids. They create and invent new toys, games, websites, and new modes of transportation. Tune in to Think Big.
America was built on a love for the outdoors. We are a nation of sportsmen, blessed with magnificent natural resources. With broad interest across water and field, we are united in our devotion to nature and conservation. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Hi, I'm Gretchen Pleshaw, host of TVA Vail. From fashion to food, from film to festivals, experience a unique look at the boutiques, spas, restaurants, and venues that make the Valley so special. Join me for Glitz and Glam. Find it in Good Morning Vail or at our website at tv8vail.com. I can't wait for our next adventure.
Dog Tales is America's premier dog lovers magazine show. This series is all about dogs and the people who love them. Featuring dogs of all sizes, shapes, and breeds, keeping you up to date with all the latest news from the dog world. Sit back and enjoy a fun program for the whole family. Check your local listings and tune in to Dog Tales. TV8, there's more for you on 92. Serving the local community 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. Now, as we continue to celebrate International Women's Day, Kim had the opportunity to speak with the incredible sisters behind Chemo Queens, an organization that helps those affected by cancer navigate the cancer journey. So let's take a look at that interview.
Welcome back to the show. Now, our next guests joining us are quite special. They've got infectious energy and are just wonderful in who they are as people. But to talk to us today, they actually have a lot more in common than one would hope or think. I've got sisters Blythe Howard and Kesley Howard joining us today to talk about their cancer diagnoses and how they've overcome that. Ladies, thanks so much for joining me this morning.
Thank you so much for having us. Hello.
So, I love that you both have the same smiling energy, but you both have the BRCA1 gene in common. So I guess tell me a bit about that, and were you aware that you carried the gene?
Yeah, we weren't aware. I wasn't aware I had the BRCA1 gene until I was diagnosed with breast cancer. Breast cancer runs deep, deep, deep in our family on our father's side. So it was always, speculation, but we didn't know until I was actually diagnosed. And then following.
I did some blood work just to after she was diagnosed, I was like, okay, let me just get everything checked out. When I did the blood work, that was when I found out I was BRCA1 positive. And it's like, you don't think about these things. We know it's on our family side, but then you're just kind of living your best life and you don't think it's going to be your story until it is.
Yeah. So how did, and just diving into that, once you discovered that you had the gene, how did that change your mindset and your thoughts and everything before you realized you were diagnosed? And Kesley, I guess for you, you were diagnosed first. So did you know that you had it until the diagnosis, or tell me more about that?
I honestly did not, as Blythe said, like I was living my life and didn't really want to address that, I guess. And I find that that's more common amongst people who might know. But yeah, it was shocking when I found out, and now it's like, okay, this will change, how I have children in the future and all that. So, yeah, knowing that information has been helpful.
Absolutely. And especially for you working in the tech world and as a world traveler, you probably didn't want to acknowledge this. So Kesley, talk to me a bit about your diagnosis. So what were you diagnosed with and what was the journey like for you?
So I first started off with this excruciating pain in my left upper breast. I went to the doctor. They told me I was too young to have a mammogram, and they wanted to talk about my weight instead. So that was jarring. The pain subsided, and I just thought, nothing of it. Couple months later, a lump appeared underneath my armpit, about the size of a large grape. And then that is where everything just kind of snowballed from there. I found out about my diagnosis. I had triple negative breast cancer, which is an aggressive form of breast cancer. I did fertility right before treatment and then immediately started chemotherapy following surgery and radiation.
Wow. And then when you were cleared of that, and congratulations, it's very exciting and it's great to see you here. When you were cleared of that 11 months later, Blythe, you were diagnosed. So tell us a bit about you.
Yeah, so like I said, I'd done that blood work, and knowing I was BRCA1 positive, it's almost just like, okay, but I believe there's knowledge and there's power in knowledge. It's having the awareness, but not letting it like, okay, I'm BRCA1 positive, I'm gonna get cancer. Like that wasn't even my thought. It was just like, even if you do have BRCA1, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get it. The risks are higher. And then fast forward to, November, end of November, I started having severe pain in my lower abdomen, and like I'm healthy, I played sports, we've been active in my entire life and stuff, but when this happened, I knew something was wrong. So I went to the ER, and that's where they did like all the scans and stuff, and it was ovarian cancer for me. They found like this mass on my left ovary, and that was that. But I was still kind of in denial. We knew this mass had to come out, so I was like, okay, I'm going to go under. They're going to take out this mass. If it's cancer, it's cancer. You're not going to know for sure until you get in there. And in fact, it was cancer. So yeah, they got rid of everything, and then I started chemo in February. But I had jobs lined up, so it was kind of like a weird time
Sure.
to be getting cancer,
Absolutely. And you're a commercial actor and acting coach, so it very much affects what you do for your work. Now, Kesley, going back to you, you had mentioned you went in for a mammogram and they said you were too young for it. So how did you advocate for yourself through your diagnosis and through treatment?
Yeah, once I found that out, I actually got a second opinion. And then that's where everything, shifted. They were like, okay, well, let's keep an eye, in that area before the lump appeared. And then once the lump appeared, they were like, okay, now let's get a scan. So, yeah, I just kept pushing, for answers. And then during my treatment, same thing. I've always been a person who, is very avoidant of confrontation and things like that. And this gave me a chance to actually stick up for myself, for my well-being. And so especially during my treatment, speaking up for myself about, how I'm feeling and symptoms and things like that, I learned a lot about myself and what I needed.
I can imagine there was a ton of personal growth there. And now, Blythe, for you, after seeing what your sister went through, how did you know to really have a voice through your medical treatment as well?
Yeah, same. I mean, I got the information from her. She'd been through it, and she's like, okay, these are the steps. This is what we're going to be facing here. And I knew I wanted to do cold capping. That's why I was able to save my hair. I opted in for cold cap therapy. And another thing is like, both my oncologists were like, don't bother. It doesn't work. and I saved 90% of my hair. My hair is usually like really big and curly, but had I listened to them, I would have lost my hair. But luckily, cold capping worked for me, and I'm a huge advocate for at least trying it throughout treatment.
Amazing. So because of the two of you, you are just fabulous. You started a brand called the Chemo Queens. Tell me about Chemo Queens and your initiative.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're pretty much, I think, experts in chemotherapy from different sides. And we really wanted to take what we learned during our journeys separately and then together, and then bring them, in a beautiful package through Chemo Queens and provide free resources as well as, essential products that we love and use during our experience.
Mm-hmm. Really just like the essentials.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's great. I was looking at the website and the things that you offer and the resources for conversations that the patient can have with their families, that families can have with the patient. I think that's just a brilliant idea. Now, you mentioned cold capping, Blythe. So what is the plan with Chemo Queens and cold capping and what that might look like?
Yeah, so we're just at the beginning stages. So as we grow, we're kind of in phase one as we're putting together these essentials boxes for people who are going to need these items. And phase three is going to be our cold cap design. We're actually developing, we have a patent pending design right now for our own cold cap. I mean, the designs that are out there, yes, they work, but they're inconsistent. There's issues with customer service, and we're just elevating the market, and we're really excited to be bringing these to people.
I love that, and having market information is so important. And I know that the average cost is $14,000. So I love that you're patenting a new design and that hopefully will be accessible to more people as well.
Yeah, accessible and affordable, out of pocket. Not everyone has that laying around. And, it's some companies, there's different companies and some are covered by insurance, but, I'm still waiting for my reimbursement fee, so
yeah, sure.
We want to just eliminate that.
Absolutely. Now, ladies, if you could give one piece of advice to somebody to either be proactive in their health journey or have just been diagnosed, what would that be?
I think for someone who's just being diagnosed, everything that you're going through is temporary. You will get through it. Each day is, a new day, and not to be like toxic positivity, but it really is just temporary. You hit that lull and then you build back up.
Mm-hmm.
You will get through it.
Yeah, that and embrace every moment. It's hard. It's one of the hardest things you're gonna have to do, but on the other side of it, I mean, I knew I just focused on who I wanted to be on the other side of this.
I love that. I love that energy. Now, where can we go for more information, to follow along with your journey, to find the resources that you have available?
So we're on social media at the Chemo Queens, also at our website, chemoqueens.com. We have a Shopify, we have an Amazon storefront with all the essentials you're going to need. So yeah, we're all over the place. Chemo Queens or the Chemo Queens.
Awesome. Well, Blythe and Kesley, thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations on beating it. And I'm so excited to see how you'll advocate in the future for those that need it. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Now stay tuned. We'll be right back after this break.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome aboard. Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. Grab your boarding pass. It's time to jet set.
Hi, I'm Ben Belgrad, and I'm the owner of Drinking Vessels here at Bat Country Studios in Minturn. And I've been in the Valley for 7 years. I moved to the Valley because a friend helped me to get my vision off the ground, building my glass studio here, and being so close to snowboarding. So here at the studio, we're acting as a broker for 50 to 100 artists from around the country. We also offer glassblowing classes, and we bring many artists from around the country here to be able to work and create art collaboratively and be so close to skiing and all the activities we have here in the Valley. Here at Drinking Vessels, we specialize in handmade glass drinkware from artists around the country and around the world. Some of these are produced as more of an item you could get in sets and kind of get different color options as time goes on. And some of these are completely one of a kind and really high-end art that's unlike anything people have seen before. While I'm an artist myself here at the studio, I'm representing between 50 and 100 other artists from around the country. And most of these artists are able to spend most of their time working on their art while we help handle their marketing and their sales and the distribution and representation, allowing them more time to focus on their art. That's really my privilege in running this business, is creating that support and providing that platform for this big group of artists that are part of a movement that's very important to me.
Coming up this season on Ready, Set, Renovate, real homeowners tackle really big renos.
Welcome to the ugliest house in the neighborhood.
It's a wild ride from before to after.
If we go to the tile store one more time, only one of us is coming out alive.
Well, I didn't know he was going to do all that.
Between the budget and the timeline, it's makeover madness.
Good morning, Vail.
We are here at Eyepieces with Tyler, checking out some of their fantastic selection and talking a little bit about the 40th anniversary of Eyepieces of Vail here. Tyler, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, man. Thanks for having me, Ben. You know, it's always exciting to be on TV in the morning and start the day off with a little fun.
I think you're having us, but still, I appreciate it. Thank you for having us. And so what do you have all going on right here? I see you've got quite a selection.
For sure. We'll start with kind of like some really exciting news. If you weren't already aware, you kind of mentioned it earlier, but this year actually celebrates our 40th anniversary as a company. Such a huge milestone. We're so fortunate to have been able to, you know, serve the Valley and our wonderful guests for as long as we have. And to kind of kick off our 40th, we have a couple of really fun things going on. One of our favorite brands over here is a brand called Chrome Hearts. It's one of our favorite luxury brands. We have a great party coming up with them on the 28th to celebrate our 40th anniversary, where you'll be able to shop the entire collection. But something else really cool is happening here. These 3 pieces right here are extremely special and limited to 40 pieces each. Chrome Hearts has never done a collaboration with any brand, any other company, but we've had such a great relationship over the years. For our 40th, they came up with this awesome idea. We picked the frames, the colors, the lenses. This is all done custom. They're even embossed EP with a Roman numeral 40th to kind of commemorate the relationship and our celebration for 40th. So like, this is something, if you're a Chrome Hearts fan, like, you will not find anywhere else. Super unique, really awesome.
And limited edition too, which is always pretty special.
Yeah, exactly. Each colorway is limited to 40 pieces. So you're not going to be seeing this, you know, really anywhere else. But, well, you're definitely not seeing it anywhere else but Vail. So, yeah. And then also, too, available in RX. So everything you see in front of us here, for the most part, we can always do in your prescription. So we see every type of prescription. No prescription's too complicated for us. I hear that all the time. If you need help seeing, we can help out with that.
Well, and that's easily one of the best things about Eyepieces and having you guys here in the Valley is those on-site doctor services, being able to come in, get your prescription checked, and then make sure that you got that prescription with the right eyewear to both fit your face and your style and to fit your medical needs.
Correct, yes. So doctor services, Dr. G is amazing to work with. He's in every Tuesday, Thursday. Starts in Edwards in the afternoon, comes down to Vail about 3 p.m. So really flexible in terms of time slots. You know, it's easy to get your prescription done like right before you go to dinner, right after you're done with dinner, anywhere in between. You know, we love helping people out. This is really where we kind of like geek out, nerd out, and just have a lot of fun with our customers.
And with your location right here at the bottom of Gondola 1, it's really easy to just roll in right after you're done with the slopes and get that prescription checked. If that's something that's on your agenda, if you're just out here for a vacation, so easy that it's almost like you're not slipping in an extra errand or anything.
It's not. And like, you know, what we notice is people actually have time to get this stuff done on vacation. They don't really have a set schedule. They're not busy with work, with life, with kids, with whatever. So you get a little, like 30 minutes free. That's all it takes. You walk out with your prescription. Then you can shop literally one of the best, you know, selections of eyewear in the world.
Well, and you guys do a lot of different goggles, too, that you wouldn't necessarily see anywhere else, like the Chrome Heart goggles that you guys have here, and a couple of these other selections as well, and you guys can do the prescriptions right in the goggle lens, which is just amazing.
Yeah, this is super unique. Last I checked, we're the only people in U.S. stateside to have these. This is a small company out of Europe where the lenses for the goggles, everyone always wants it built into the lens. Now it's actually happening. It's built into the back lens of itself. It's not a traditional insert like a lot of people have seen. And then this one's really cool. This one, people always talk about transitions and how they don't change instantaneously. This one actually uses solar power to run an electric current through the lens and lightens or darkens the tint within a tenth of a second. This is super high-tech stuff that we literally scour the world to find for our customers.
Well, and it's something that, you know, we always talk about, too, when we're talking about the goggles. And especially in a day like today, we've got the clouds rolling through at varying thicknesses. We're going to have that sun changing all day. It might be super flat for 2 hours, super bright for 2 hours, and a goggle like that, you don't have to carry that extra lens in your pocket so that you might fall on and break either, which is just really great, not to mention the hassle of having to switch lenses back and forth in the chairlift, and what if you drop it?
It's zero hassle. So, you know, we have something that works for everybody with every price point, with every budget, whether you want multiple lenses, you want the latest tech, you know, we have the selection
Helmets
for you
too.
guys. Helmets as well. You know, we can get you fitted for pretty much everything from the neck up.
So one thing we don't talk about too much is helmet accessories and anything that you can get with the helmet. And you've got these guys out here today too, these ear chips. You want to tell us a little bit about those?
Yeah, I can. So, you know, we get the goggle fitting perfectly with the helmet, and then next kind of comes like the fun part. Who doesn't love listening to their favorite tunes on the mountain? You know, these things are Bluetooth compatible. They slip right into the pads. They're big buttons that just easily play, pause, even answer your phone. So, you know, let's say you get split up on the mountain. You're not really having to like mess around with pulling your phone, get it under your helmet. Like you can just make calls quickly, easily, answer calls quickly and easily, and then just, you know, play your music and, you know, tailor your soundtrack to your day.
One of my favorite things about audio chips, as opposed to using like our earbuds, is that you can still hear the people around you. You can hear somebody coming up behind you. You can hear your friends in the trees. It allows for a lot better communication and a little bit more safety and awareness too. So
Correct.
Even if you're used to skiing out there with your like AirPods in, I strongly recommend picking up those ear chips.
And these are going to be a little more comfortable than stuffing an AirPod in under your helmet. I don't know about you, but my ears are a little sensitive. So these things are a lifesaver out there for me.
And they're not going to fall out in the middle of a bump run, and then you're out there scouring the snow for the next 30 minutes trying to find your bone white AirPod in the bone white snow.
Exactly. Yeah, so there's quite a few good benefits to those.
So why don't you tell us about these last couple of things we've got right here that we haven't brought up yet?
For sure. These are just a couple more of our favorite brands that we deal with here. We're coming into spring skiing right now. So a lot of people, you know, they want to ditch the goggles, get into a shade, be a little more comfortable. Icy Berlin here is all handmade in Berlin, surgical grade stainless steel. These things, feather lightweight, fit under a helmet really well. They're actually super flexible, bendable, great kind of like sport, but also casual frame to wear, not while skiing. Kind of bridges the gap really there between fashion and function. And
I know that's a problem for me wearing goggles when I'm out, or not goggles, wearing glasses when I'm out skiing, is getting those arms underneath my helmet and right up against my temple. And it seems like that's a great solution there.
This is a great solution. Yeah, and not just for helmets too. I mean, if you're like a pilot or anything that runs a headset, we sell these all the time. They're super comfortable to just put anything really over. They flex and bend. And they're so thin, it's like they're not even there. So a lot of great benefits with this type of frame design.
Probably pretty easy to stick in a pocket too, and it's not going to get crushed or anything like that.
Not going to get crushed. You know, these things, like I said, made to flex and bend. And the cool thing with IC Berlins is if they extend or anything, this is made to pop off before anything really damages or breaks with the frame. And then it can be typically pretty easy to put back on. Won't do it on air just because it takes just a few seconds longer than I'd like to take. But yeah, great brand for a lot of various applications. And then kind of going back to like a little more fashion-y, very distinctive eyewear, the Jacques Marie Mage collection that we have is all limited edition, numbered pieces, really hard to find. And we have an amazing selection of it if you're a fan.
Awesome. Well, Tyler, before we let you go, one more time, tell us a little bit more about that party. What are your guys' hours and where you're located?
For sure. So that party is on the 28th from 3 to 6. That's a Thursday at Village Center. And then we have 8 locations total throughout the company, 6 here in Vail Village, including Village Center across from Solaris, Bridge Street right here where we're at the base of the gondola, and then Lion's Head has a nice little boutique. We also have Eyepieces Sport over at the Sonenalp, and then if you find yourself over in Beaver Creek, newest remodeled store. It is gorgeous. If you have not been, I highly recommend it.
And it's huge,
It
too.
is huge.
There's quite a bunch of space there and a huge selection.
Floor-to-ceiling windows. I'm so jealous of the sunlight they get. And then down in Edwards as well, too. That's the other service location for the doctor. And then if you find yourself even farther west, we're down in Basalt next to Whole Foods. And then also at the base of Snowmass Mountain as well.
Awesome. And then that party is on the 28th. Tyler, thank you so much for telling us all about your wonderful products here at Eyepieces, and happy 40th anniversary.
Thank you very much, Ben. Appreciate you having me this morning.
Well, we'll be right back after a short break.
Good morning, Vail.
Learn the latest in science each week and how it relates to everyday life. From space exploration to plant biology, to the latest in high-tech advances. Every new scientific development is explored and explained in an understandable way. Amazing stories each week. Watch Science Now.
TV8 te brinda la mejor programación en español todos los días. Sintoniza Conexión Latina los lunes, miércoles y viernes a las 7 de la tarde con repeticiones los fines de semana. Además, te presentamos nuestro nuevo programa Sabores y Creaciones, donde hemos juntado tus recetas y manualidades favoritas en un solo lugar los martes y jueves a las 7 de la tarde. Y por último, disfruta de Daily Flash Latino, con noticias y entretenimiento en tendencia los sábados a las 7 de la tarde. Te esperamos por el canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página de Facebook TV8 Conexión Latina, nuestro canal de YouTube TV8 Vail Good Morning Vail o nuestra página web tv8vail.com.
Hello everyone, I'm Raisa Pascal.
And I'm Andrea Jackson. Welcome to Life, Love, Shopping. Have any personal stories you can share?
Do I? Yes, I do.
So even though you work for...
Some good deals, too good to miss on Flash Deals. Now check this out.
Studies show spending time outdoors can help with depression, lowering blood pressure, and overall health and happiness.
Spooky and Scott show. We are feeling good today. Great show on the way.
Absolutely. Welcome to our show. I'm Suki.
I'm Scott.
And we are feeling good today. You know why? Because we had a great show.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the Immersion Theater.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. Now, joining us on the couch this morning, we have a very special guest from a very special organization to tell us about a very special event happening tomorrow in Vail. Joining us, we have Lisa Mattis from Can Do MS. Lisa, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Of course.
Today.
How are you feeling today? Friday. I know you guys are getting ready for your event
Psyched.
tomorrow.
Psyched. It's snowing.
It's snowing. Yes.
Again. Did you ski or snowboard powder this last weekend?
I did not, but I know the conditions have been, I've seen online and everywhere,
3
absolutely
days.
unreal.
The shot that I love most is my helmet's on my head and I'm giggling and my head's back.
Yes.
And I've never had a shot like that with a gondola in the background.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
gosh.
Yeah, that's pretty much this whole week here in Vail.
Yes, no, we've been getting some snow, and that I think is going to be perfect for
It's going to be a big
event
weekend
tomorrow.
Yep.
I want to get into all of the details, so tell me, Ski for MS tomorrow, vertical challenge happening in Vail. Tell me what we can expect from this great event tomorrow.
Ski for MS is really simple. It's the best day on snow that you have ever had in your life and probably ever will have in your life.
Love that.
We try to top ourselves every year. So each year we come to Vail and we hold a one-day fundraising event.
Mm-hmm.
All of these teams get together in support of families living with MS.
Absolutely, yes.
They fundraise for months leading up to this event.
Okay.
And tomorrow, Ski for MS is the culmination event for that fundraising effort.
Okay.
Where we raise hundreds of thousands of dollars for families living with this disease here in the Vail Valley, through Colorado, and all the way across the country.
Wow.
It's hosted by Olympic gold medalist Johnny Mosley.
Yes.
Have you met Johnny Mosley?
I have not, but I know about Johnny.
That guy kicks it, man.
Yeah.
So he's a bump skier, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he's
He knows
on
how to
the
ski
moguls.
bumps.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do Johnny's Mogul Mayhem pretty consistently every year.
Okay.
This year we're also bringing in a guy that you may have heard of named Donnie Pelletier.
Okay.
He's a guy who used to be on the U.S. team.
Yes.
Right after Johnny.
Yes.
Donnie invented a character. Donnie is a character.
Okay.
He throws one of those mud flap hats on and flannel and skis in jeans and skinny skis and is a main skier.
I love that.
And he's bringing a show to Vail.
Yes.
To help with Johnny.
Okay, so they both will be there tomorrow at the event.
Yep. And they host the whole day. We ski around the mountain. You'll see us for sure, right? We're parked at the base of Gondola 1.
Yes.
Right in the Vail Village with bibs on and bling everywhere and lots of costumes and just a whole bunch of fun. And we all descend on the mountain or ascend the mountain.
Yes.
Around 10 o'clock, we ski all day together, have a blast on the mountain. That's the whole goal.
That is the whole goal.
Ski on down and have a giant opera party right there at Lift Express.
I love that.
About 3:30.
I love that. Now, I know, like you said, there's going to be costumes, there's going to be lots of fun, lots of skiing happening, and it's going to be a great time out there, especially with all the snow coming down.
Yes.
Hopefully, throughout the day. Now, I know there's a registration process associated with it. How can folks register? Can they still register? Tell me about that.
Yes. So we would love to have support. Thank you in advance.
Yes.
And if you see us on the mountain skiing around, please just jump in.
I
We
love
would
that.
love to have you join us.
I
This
love
is
that.
an inclusive event. We want families to have a great time, right? We also have a couple of registrations left and
Okay.
ready to go. So the website is ski4ms.org.
Awesome. Folks can
Ski,
register there.
the number 4, ms.org.
Okay.
All of this works to benefit the organization I lead called Can Do Multiple Sclerosis,
Yes.
right? We have a big history in this valley. If you're a local, you probably know about the work of Jimmy Huga.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy was an Olympic skier, just like Johnny Mosley. And in the middle of his career in the 60s, he and Billy Kidd came up together as Olympic skiers. In the middle of his career, he got a diagnosis for multiple sclerosis. And at that time, they didn't know a whole lot about anything.
Right.
And so Jimmy really struggled for a while. And then he got his gumption up and he said, you know what? I'm an Olympian and I feel better focusing on what I can do.
Right.
So Johnny has inherited the legacy of Jimmy Huga in talking about focusing on what you can do with this awful disease called MS.
I love that.
1 million people around the country have this disease. And we really think of it as a family disease because everyone in the family is affected by what happens with this thing, right? And so Can Do MS delivers health and wellness education,
Okay.
medical professionals, coaching, resources, programs, those kinds of things. And we do that every day, all year long, for free of cost for every family across the country living with MS.
Which is why events like tomorrow's Ski for MS are so important. And like you said, it's kind of the culmination of fundraising efforts that have been going on, and people have been, supporting the organization so that you all can continue
hundreds
to
of
do
thousands
the work.
of dollars. Yes, they raise hundreds of thousands of dollars. And people like Hannah Rumble, who is a local that a lot of people know.
Yeah.
If you're watching and you're local, you probably know Hannah. She works on the mountain every day. She's been in this community for more than a decade. Has MS, has a whole team of people that show up and dress up as bees.
Yeah.
Hannah's Honeys is her team. Great example.
Yes.
People like Shafika and James Landers, who run Surf Pro in this valley, right? Who sponsor the event, and that her brother has MS. So it's a very personal experience.
Absolutely.
We want it to be a very intimate and connected day on the mountain.
Yeah.
We love that we get Johnny Mosley to come in and
Right.
host this thing and have a great time, but it's very impactful as well.
Yeah, no, and you're absolutely right. And I think while we'll see the costumes and we'll see all the fun and we'll see the après party, I think, it goes way beyond that. And you mentioned, this is all part of a bigger picture and a part of a bigger mission of Can Do MS and supporting those families. And I kind of want to talk a little bit about, the work that you do with those families and the impact that Can Do MS has on those families.
Thank you. I think what we do is help people live better every day with this disease. Everyone's MS is different. So my MS has different symptoms than yours.
Right.
Sometimes it's mobility challenge. Sometimes it's my brain doesn't function the way it used to or the way I want it to.
Right.
There are a whole host of symptoms that go with that. A lot of people with MS experience dramatic fatigue. And all of this is, there's this disease that I have. How am I different from my disease? Right? How do I live every day with this thing and know that I can manage the symptoms of this thing better? We provide education each day, free of cost, for all of the families living with this, and address those symptoms, and also just regular, how do you live with tough stuff? Right? And we've been doing this for 40 years. I think we're pretty good at it.
Wow, that's a
all
long
of our
time.
programs are from medical professionals, so we work with neurologists and psychologists and physical therapists, occupational therapists, medical professionals who work in the industry every day and work with people with MS every day.
I love that.
And it's all the best of the best.
Yeah.
We want to make that available to every family that needs it, free of cost every day.
Love that. Thank you for all the work that you do. I love what you said, helping people live better lives. And I think tomorrow is going to be a great, fun day.
Best day on snow
Best
ever.
day on the snow. You'll see all the folks out there if you're on the mountain tomorrow. Lisa, thank you so much for joining us and sharing a little bit about this event tomorrow and a little bit about that the work that you all do. I appreciate you coming in.
Thanks, Julio. You guys do such a great job, and we really appreciate all you do.
Of course. Thank you so much once
you.
again. We're going to take a short break, but we'll be right back with more of the show after this, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. I have an amazing human being on my couch, Tegan from the Eagle Valley Library District. How are you doing,
Good.
Tegan?
How about yourself?
I'm good. I feel like we were just chit-chatting. It has been a crazy past couple of weeks, but good. I feel like so much is happening, and we're in full effect. The 12th day of January, Tegan. Where did it go?
Into the new year.
I know,
Here
we're
we
ready.
go.
So, my friend, what is happening?
Lots is happening at the library.
Okay.
And I kind of wanted to let everyone know about our system, because all libraries across America are set up a little bit different, and we're unique in Colorado. We are a library district.
Okay.
So our service population is from Cerro up to Bonds, up to Dow Junction.
I didn't realize that.
Yep. We have a big service population, and then our library branches are in Avon, Eagle, and Gypsum. But the unique thing about Colorado is we love to share. So we share with all sorts of libraries. So if you come in and you can't find your materials on our shelf, you can we can ask other libraries to send it to you. So never come in and get disappointed because your item's not there. We can get it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and then if other Colorado libraries do not have the item or they can't send it in your particular time period, we start asking out of state. So we've had items from Library of Congress come through. Library of Congress did not want it to leave our building. However,
do not leave the premises.
However, for that person's research purposes, that was just what they needed.
Wow.
So even if you can't see it on the shelf, we will try to get it to you.
Okay, that's brilliant. That is not normal, is it? For most, I mean,
different states do it differently. And so Colorado, a long time ago, we were like, you know what, we're going to share our resources so that everyone has access, because again, it's about access to information.
Right.
And sometimes it's not on the shelf because we only have so many shelves. We only have so much space. Or it's super popular, so put your name on the list. And even if the list is long, put your name on there, and because we will get it for you.
Well, and that's what I was wondering. So I come in and I've heard, I'm so obsessed with this new book called The Mountain. Have you heard about this?
No, I haven't.
Okay, I
Tell me
really
more.
want to get. So let's say I come in and The Mountain isn't available.
Correct.
What do I do?
Okay, so then you want to either ask a librarian or hop on our online card catalog. So
I
the
always forget about that. That's a good thing to remember. Okay.
And then you just look it up and then you put a hold on it.
Okay.
And if you just want the librarian to do it, we're happy to help. We can help you out there.
Okay.
And on our end, so any new book that we purchase for adults, we keep it in our system for 3 months before we share, because we want you guys to have first dibs before we share it out. So the online card catalog is all of our consortium. So you're looking at all the holds for Western Colorado. So it might seem daunting when you have like 100 people are on hold for this, and you're like, I'm never going to get it.
That's a lot. Yes, exactly.
Put your name on it, because we will buy at least 6 copies to circulate amongst ourselves.
That's brilliant.
And so then you're not going to be 101. You might be 5 on the list.
That is so cool. I am like shocked because this is a big moment. That's a big deal. That's cool. Well, and I'm thinking back to high school and just research, or even college coming in, and there was such a hard time for me in Ohio to try to find certain books, etc. But here for high school kids, college kids, I want The Mountain. There we go. I know what I'm doing after this. That's really cool to know. Okay, so don't get nervous about the bigger numbers.
Yes, don't get nervous about the bigger numbers. Even for our ebooks and our e-resources, again, that's a reflection of a consortium. So oftentimes we have bought a copy, and so we're trying to circulate it amongst our patrons first.
Okay.
And then in regards to like high school and college students who are doing research, a part of the consortium is, we do have universities that are a part of it, and then we work with the Front Range libraries all the way up to Wyoming as well on our card catalog system, so you can get access to big universities and their materials as well.
I'm like, shout out to the library system here in Colorado. I am like in shock. Yes. That's amazing.
Yeah, and there's a huge courier system throughout the state that are moving books up across the state.
So do you know, I just thought about this. Yeah. Do you know most of the libraries? I mean, I know there's thousands in the state, but like you probably are pretty aware of.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
So location codes pop out,
Right.
and so we all
That's
kind
wild.
of know.
Sorry, I'm like in awe
We all
right now,
kind of know,
like-
like, oh, 508, that's Mesa, and we all kind of know where our books are going and the books that are coming to us.
Okay, so Tegan, let's say again,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know the mountain. I'm so excited.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
self-help
no.
book.
Oh,
I'm
that's
all
great.
about them. So I come in, I
Yes.
talk to you, or
Yep.
I go online.
Yep.
How long do we think? I know this is kind of a loaded question
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it depends.
It,
But
it does.
yeah.
So it depends on where you end up on the wait list.
Okay.
And also depends on the roads.
Right. No, 100%.
So
I was
it's,
going to ask you about
yeah,
that. Thank you
so
for
it's-
coming, by
yep,
the way.
yep. So it depends on a few factors.
Okay.
But if you look on the online card catalog and there's copies available,
Okay.
usually we can get it to you within a week.
Wow.
If there's snowstorms and it kind of delays the courier, obviously that throws a kink.
Totally.
But we can kind of get it to you ahead of time.
Wow.
However, for all those kiddos that are doing research for
That's what I was
homework,
going to say. Yeah.
the night before is not the best time.
I feel like you're speaking to my younger self. I used to do this to my parents all the time and be like, oh, I have a book report. They're like, excuse me? And I'm like, it's due tomorrow at 9 a.m.
We will still try to help you, but there might be some resources that we just don't have access to
Okay.
in that short of time period. So
Okay.
we do try to encourage students to think about it ahead of time so that we
Yes.
can get the materials in.
Okay, and so another question, this might be kind of silly. Well,
No,
there's
no,
no
it's great.
silly questions.
There is no
right?
silly
No
question.
silly questions. When you get the book, how long are you able to keep it out for?
No, that's a great question.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, because we kind of changed some things. So,
Yeah, okay.
so our traditional items, so things, books, movies, so DVDs, music, CDs.
Oh, okay.
You can keep those for
There's
3
so much.
weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Wow, okay.
You can have up to 2 renewal periods, so long as no
Wow.
one's waiting.
Gotcha.
Because again, we're all about sharing.
I like
so long
that.
as no one's waiting.
Okay.
So you can have it up to 9 weeks.
Wow. Okay, so if someone is waiting for it, you
Yep.
get 3 weeks.
You get 3 weeks.
And how do you find that out? Do you have to call in? Do you?
Oh, so people put things on hold. So this is why I
Okay.
encourage put it on hold, put it on hold,
That's
put
what-
it on hold.
Oh,
And then
okay.
that tells our system like, hey, someone's waiting in the wings.
And then you'll let them.
Yeah,
That is
and then
so
you'll get the
interesting.
notice being like, hey, oh, it's time to turn in your material. And, you're like,
And
"Oh,
someone's like,
okay."
no, I don't want to. I don't want to share.
We're like, put it on hold again. You can
Yeah,
check
it's
it out
fine.
again.
Oh, that is so cool. So if
Yeah.
it's not on hold for someone else, you could have it up to 9 months.
9 weeks.
9 weeks. 9
weeks.
months. That's what I meant. 9 weeks. Sorry. That
9
would be
weeks,
weird.
9
9
weeks.
weeks.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you, personal preference?
Yes.
Is it better for people to call in, come in, or go online?
Either way.
Okay.
Either way, whatever you feel most comfortable with.
Okay.
So again, we're always happy to help. You can do it online. We also have online resources, so our ebooks and our e-audiobooks,
Wow.
Plus e-magazines, and we have some videos as well online.
So that makes it super simple.
Yes. So if you can't
Okay.
make it into the library, there's other ways to still access the library from home.
Cool.
And then if you're savvy and you want to put it all in yourself,
Yeah.
fantastic. Or sometimes, like even our savvies are like, I can't find it. Can you help? We're happy to help. That's why we're
Okay.
here.
Cool.
Or if you're just like, I just heard this book on the radio and I need it now.
Yes.
We're happy to put it on hold for you as well.
That is amazing. I am so not shocked, but I'm like, this is awesome. I'm
Yeah,
so
yeah.
happy that you. So my very last question
Yes.
for you, Tegan, is this all the libraries?
So our library district is
Right.
Avon, Eagle,
Eagle,
and Gypsum.
Gypsum. Got it. Okay.
So that you would get an EVLD library card, but with that
Perfect.
card, you have access to all
all.
of Colorado.
Oh.
So
I didn't know
again,
that either.
yes. Well, so again, with that card, if you can't find it on the shelf or another library has it, we share, and the other library will send it to us.
That's
And
amazing.
again, if we can't find it in Colorado, we'll just keep going and going and going. We're really trying to get to yes.
I love it. And I've been to every single library
Oh, good.
here.
Yay.
And I have to say, I don't know how you guys keep them so clean.
Oh, thank you. That's
It's so
gorgeous. Yeah.
gorgeous,
Yeah.
well staffed. I could just sit in there for days and it's so impressive. So Tegan,
Thank
thank
you.
you always for
Thank you,
everything
thank
that you do.
you.
And thanks for educating me on all of this today. My mouth was wide open for most of the interview. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. So
A lot of people don't know, and that's why I want to share.
yeah, no, thank you so much. And
Thank
we
you.
love having you. Thank
Thank
you and
you.
happy Friday to
You as well.
Keep it right here. We have more Good Morning Vail to come.
Good morning, Vail.
Suki and Scott Show, we are feeling good today. Great show on the way.
Absolutely. Welcome to our show. I'm Suki.
I'm Scott.
And we are feeling good today. You know why? Because we had a great show.
Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
More than ever, kids need information to help them better understand their surroundings and to better protect themselves. Each week, this program works with the various law enforcement agencies across the country and the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, spotlighting several missing cases, hoping someone, like you, might have information that will lead to finding these individuals.
Join us in exploring the everyday lives of community members here in the Vail Valley. Hear their inspiring stories of how they came here, their contributions to our community, and why they chose to call this place home. We want you to be one of our neighbors. If you would like to be featured or nominate someone to be featured, please send an email to danielle@tv8vail.com. We look forward to featuring your story right here on TV8.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. Now let's take one last look at that 5-day forecast before we wrap up the show. Beautiful weekend ahead. Saturday, sunny skies, high of 40 degrees with that low of 12. Sunday, those sunny skies continue, high of 45 and a low of 17. Coming into next week, Monday, partly cloudy skies. We do have that 20% chance of precipitation, the high of 46 and a low of 23 for Monday. Coming into Tuesday, partly cloudy skies, high of 45, a low of 25. Wednesday is when we'll start to see a little bit more of that precipitation with that 60% for some snow showers, high of 39 and a low of 21. So enjoy the weekend. It's going to be beautiful out there. Get some sunshine. Thank you all so much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the wonderful show we had for you all today and all the wonderful guests. It is International Women's Day, so we celebrate all the women in our community and all the incredible work that they do for our families and, like I said, for our communities. So thank you all for joining us. We will see you again tomorrow for more of Good Morning Vail. So stay tuned with lots of more information and all things local here in our valley. We hope once again that you enjoyed us. It's been a pleasure joining you all this morning. Get on out there and enjoy that sunshine Saturday and Sunday. We'll see you again here tomorrow for more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Are you looking for exciting and nutritious recipes to cook at home?